Hey there, if you are a business owner and you're tired and frustrated of running a business that solely depends on you, that requires your time, your energy, your effort constantly to make it work. If you're tired of just having a business where you feel maxed out, probably stressed out, you probably feel like it's unpredictable, it's not as profitable as you want, and you haven't been able to grow it as far as you'd like to. If you don't have the time, the money, the freedom that you dream of, then listen up, this is for you. I will show you the shift that you need to make to go from like a low 7-figure, maybe below 7-figure business, how to make the shift that enables you to have a thriving multi 7-figure or 8-figure business that works even when you don't. And I promise you, this will be as simple as it gets. Hi, my name is Tobias, and I'm the founder of The Simple Company. We are a strategy and business development company. And what we're really good at is we're helping business owners who are stuck, who are maxed out, just like I described. Typically, they're somewhere at $500,000 per year to 1 or 2 or 3 million, and they want to grow their company. They want to grow them 5 to 10x times, so to like 10 million or multiple 7 figures. But maybe more importantly, they don't want to feel like they're maxed out and everything depends on them. They want to have a real, proper business that is predictable, profitable, and scalable. So that's what we do, and I'm going to share exactly how we do it with you. We do it by implementing one core principle across your whole business. But let me first go back to the problem so we understand sort of what is causing the problem you might be experiencing in your business right now. So if you can identify this with these 3 core problems, then you are definitely somebody we can help. So some of the pain, some of the problems you might be identifying with right now, which I already touched upon here, is number 1, you feel like you're so maxed out you can't really grow your business because you are the sole provider of everything. You do everything in your business. You're wearing so many hats. It's practically impossible. Number 2, you haven't reached a point where you have a predictably profitable business. And so that is making it scary. It's making your business much more vulnerable. It might mean that you haven't really accumulated wealth, not the type of security, the wealth, and the freedom that you want so you could provide for yourself and for your family. And that is something that is, kind of nagging you at the back of your head. And thirdly, you don't really feel like you know how to grow from here, which really is a result of the 2 previous problems I talked about. You're already maxed out, so you can't really do more. You don't really have that profitability, which means you don't really have the cash to support the growth, or maybe you don't even know how to grow because you're kind of in the way of that growth, if that makes sense. So if this is you, we definitely have the solution for you. So if you can identify with what I just shared with you, 1 or 2 or 3 of those problems I mentioned, I already know what's going on in your business. And let me just be really clear. I guarantee you, if you don't make shifts in your business right now, you're never going to see the results you want. You're never going to have the security, the freedom, the money, the time that you want, because I already know what's going on in your business. And let me break it down for you. The problem, the main problem, the core problem behind everything that you're experiencing right now is complexity. Things are too complicated. You don't have the structures in place. You don't have perhaps the business model in place, and you probably don't have the offering and the systems in place that allow you to operate a high profit, high growth business that works even when you don't. So complexity is kind of the root cause behind everything. And complexity shows up in many, many different ways. 1 is you're doing too many things. You're adding more things that are not these high yield activities that you need to be focused on. Complexity means serving too many customers. Complexity means having too many offerings. Complexity means doing too many things. Complexity is the root problem, and complexity is making your business mediocre. It's the reason why you're not predictably profitable and why you're not growing and why you're doing everything in your business where you're wearing too many hats. So complexity essentially comes down to the fact that you haven't identified and focused only on the highest yielding activities, the most profitable customers, the most profitable offerings. You're probably doing too many things. You're not as structured as you need to be. And I will show you exactly how you can get away from that. So the good news is there is a solution. And the solution is it's all about simplifying so that you can grow. And by the way I learned this was not just working with hundreds of entrepreneurs and business owners that I do right now together with my global team. I first did this about 15 years with large companies, like multinational billion-plus-dollar companies. And the way I learned how to do this was I saw that the root cause of all their problems was always complexity. Complexity starts with that, like, you have a too broad mission statement, your vision is unclear, people don't understand it, you have way too many customer segments, way too many offerings, and everything becomes mediocre. And so much like, Apple, for example, who became the world's #1 trillion company by having the fewest products, probably the fewest processes behind that. They were able to get leverage in their business because they simplified both on the front stage and the backstage of their business. And what I mean is, the front stage is your offering. If you make it simpler, you make it more appealing, you make more people buy from you more often at higher prices. And if you simplify your backstage, your operations, you might have simpler processes, maybe fewer suppliers or fewer contractors. You make yourself much more efficient, which means profitable. So in other words, you have a double effect here. You make yourself much more appealing toward customers. You can become their only choice. And at the same time, you make yourself more profitable. And so here is the 3-step system that we use to make you transition from being a company that is too vulnerable, reliant on you, struggling to be, predictably profitable, to building a company that can grow to 7 figures, multiple 7 figures, 8 figures and beyond without you doing all the hard lifting. So what is the solution to all these problems, all the complexity and all the pains that you might be experiencing right now? Well, it's to build what we call a simple company. A simple company is a company that achieves faster growth, higher profitability, and more scalability and freedom for the owner because it does one thing. It implements one core principle across its whole business system. And that's to simplify in order to grow. And more specifically, doing it by achieving more with less. Achieving more with less means that you are focused only on the vital few things that give you disproportionately more return. It's the highest yielding activities that you need to discover and then systematize those activities and then scale them up. I'm going to explain exactly how we do that, how we can do it for you, because we've built a complete methodology, complete with tools and training and coaching and plug and play systems that you can implement in your business. And we've taken out all that heavy, hard work for you so you can build a simple company. Now, let me explain exactly how this works. The first step when we start working with a business, we first want to understand the results they're getting, and then we start the process of simplifying. We want to simplify the strategic foundation. And to use a metaphor, think of your business of a garden. Your garden is probably too big right now. And maybe you are aware of it or maybe you aren't, but about 80% of the garden is filled with weeds. And the weeds, metaphorically speaking, are just those customers or offerings and those activities that are not disproportionately profitable. They're not the highest yielding activities. So first we want to prune, we want to understand what those are, and we have specific methods and tools for doing that. We want to understand what you need to be focused on. So we're left with the simple, essential strategic foundation. And then we look at things of like, have you productized your service? Have you standardized it? Do you have a front-end offer? Do you have a back-end offer? What business model are you applying, et cetera, et cetera? What is your proposition? Is it a no-brainer for people to buy it? We take a look at all these things so we simplify both the front stage of your business and also the backstage of your business. So once we work together with you to make sure that you focused only on the most vital, most high-yielding activities, customers, markets, offerings, and we made sure that they're as simple as possible, then you're ready for step number 2. So the second step, once we have identified that healthy core, that profitable core, now we want to make sure that we systematize for scale. So systematizing for scale essentially means we want to make sure that we implement at least 3 core systems that every business needs to have to grow profitably and remove the owner as the biggest bottleneck. And so those 3 core systems are, you need a system for lead generation. That's your branding, that's your marketing, it's how you reach customers, it's how you connect with them to create trust, it's how you activate them. We need that and we need to measure. So we implement our systems and we help you measure and track and improve. The second piece you need, the second system, is a sales conversion system. That's ultimately how you turn leads into customers. The third piece is to build a value delivery system. And a value delivery system is essentially about standardizing and systematizing everything you do to deliver value to your clients at a profit, meaning that you're going to have happier customers who are going to buy more from you and are going to promote you to new leads. On and on it goes, round and round like this, kind of like a flywheel. So we want to make sure that we implement at least these 3 core systems in your business so that you can then move into the third step, which is to scale up. And this is where it gets really fun, by the way. So let's say you have only focused on the vital few things that give you the biggest yields. We have systematized it. We have implemented our plug and play systems and adapted them together with our coaches or experts. We'll make sure that you have the scorecards in place, the tracking in place, so that this is starting to run like a machine. And by the way, if you don't do this, I guarantee you're not going to grow your business. You're not going to systematize it, have the freedom that you want. The third thing then is to scale it up. And that's where we're going to bring, up to 100 different tactics and strategies from our vault that will allow you to multiply each of these areas that is the most relevant. And you're not going to need 100 different things, by the way, but depending on what it is that you need, whether it's scaling up your marketing, scaling up your team, scaling up your business model, we have plug and play strategies and tactics that will adapt with you, for you, so that you can grow disproportionately, exponentially, because you don't have to grow your company linearly when you do it in the right way. So those are the 3 core steps I talk about that we do for clients. And again, number 1, we want to simplify your strategic foundation to identify and focus only on what matters. Number 2, we want to build systems around the things that is the highest profitable, most potential stuff in your business. So that means lead generation, sales conversion, and value delivery. In addition, there are some other systems that we can help you with, but these 3 core systems are really what's going to help you grow. And thirdly, we want to scale that up using strategies and tactics that are proven. We have dozens and dozens of them ready to be implemented in your business so that you can hit disproportionate exponential growth in your business. Your profitability will grow, you will grow, and most importantly, you will have the time and the freedom that you want, and multi 7 figures, 8 figures or more, and all without you being, the biggest bottleneck in your business and everything resting on you. I hope that you see from what I shared that implementing these 3 steps into your business and these systems is the shift that you need to make. And again, if you're not making this shift either with us or by yourself, I guarantee it's not going to change. You're going to have a business that is reliant on you. It's not predictably profitable. It's not scalable. And the more you add things to your agenda, the more maxed out you're going to feel, because you're trying to solve the problem the wrong way. You don't have more time. There's nothing more that you probably can do right now. You got to simplify. So we'll work with you to do that. We'll do that through a membership program. We'll work with you month by month, and you get access to all our global experts and our experts team, a one-to-one coach, all the tools, trainings, and systems that we pre-designed for you, making it extremely simple and easy for you to implement. So what you can do right now is to hit the links here. You can book a meeting with us. We'll discuss your situation. We're going to do an assessment with you. We're going to make sure that we see, and more importantly, that you believe how we can more than double your business in months, not years. And if you want 5x, 10x, we're going to show you the path, the step-by-step process. Because as I said in the beginning, we are really good in the space between 500,000 and 10 million. We know exactly the bottlenecks that people run into, and we know how to solve them. We've done it ourselves. We've done it in our own businesses, and we can do it for you. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.